nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different. Rick King.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, you gotta forgive me because what just happened, I really cannot believe right now. Because I just watched the whole fourth quarter of this game, Clippers Nuggets, Game 7, and what happened, I can't believe it. Because mind you, I just came home. I cooked my oxtail with Cajun cabbage, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. I was watching this game, and I'm still eating because I haven't even eaten it yet. I ate like 2 oxtail. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, I watched that whole fourth quarter of this game, and I sincerely cannot believe that this just happened. The Denver Nuggets have beaten the Los Angeles Clippers in Game 7 to advance to the conference finals to meet the Lakers. Before we get into anything, you know we got to get into the statistics, but we going to also get into the statistics of this Game 7. That's what we about to do. Okay. So first thing first, in this series alone, the Clippers averaged 105 points a game, 42 rebounds, 21 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, 14 turnovers, shot 46% from the field, 35% from 3, and 79% from the free throw. While the Nuggets averaged 103 points, 40 rebounds, 22 assists, pretty much 8 steals, 4 blocks, and pretty much 14 turnovers. Dropped 46% from the field, 36% from 3, and 76% from the free throw. Okay. Pretty even. Now let's talk about this Game 7. Shall we? Let's talk about this Game 7. Let's look at this this matchup here. Because from what it looks like, the Clippers were up, what's that, 57? No, 56. 56 to 50. No, 56. My math's off, I'm sorry. 56 to 54 at the end of the first half. Then the Nuggets decide to drop 28 points in the third, while the Clippers only dropped 18. Then in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets decided to drop 22 points, while the Clippers dropped 15. So the Nuggets' second half won them this game. Now let's look at this box score, because this box score is important. First thing first, Jamal Murray dropped 40 points. Jokic had a triple-double with 22 rebounds and 13 assists. Okay. Let's look at the Clippers now. Kawhi Leonard only had 14 points in 43 minutes. Shot 6 of 22. Meanwhile, Paul George only had 10 points. Shot 4 of 16. They combined to shoot 10 of 38 from the field together. Listen to me. Listen. Okay, let's get to it. All right. When Kawhi Leonard and Paul George got to the Clippers, when Kawhi signed to the Clippers, and then Paul George got traded there in the offseason of July. I think it was July. Yeah, it had to be July or August. 1 and 2. Actually, it had to be July. When those two came to the Clippers in July, the first thing people said was Kawhi Leonard, Paul George on the Clippers, Clippers and Lakers, Western Conference Finals. That was the prediction of the Western Conference Finals before the season even started. They thought the Clippers were going to be a championship team this year. They thought they were the 2020 champions. This is the second team in the second round that got eliminated that really wasn't predicted to get eliminated. Like, the Heat handled the Bucks some crazy. The Nuggets took the Clippers to 7 games, and the Clippers fell flat in the second half of Game 7 and lost. That's crazy to me. Like, that's insane. Like, both your stars shot horribly. You couldn't stop Jamal Murray. That man dropped 40 on your head. Like, I don't know if I'm more perplexed at the Nuggets winning or the Clippers losing. Because this is... Let's get something straight. Okay? Because there's a lot going on here. First off, the Nuggets are now 6-0 in these playoffs in elimination games. Because this was the second series in a row. This is the second series in a row. They were down 3-1, came back, made it to Game 7, and then won Game 7. This was their fourth Game 7 in the last 2 years of the playoffs. The Clippers, this is the second year that the Clippers had a 3-1 lead and then blew it and lost in 7 games. The Clippers are 0-8 when trying to get to the Western Conference Finals. And once again, the Clippers have not made a Western Conference Finals ever. Never. They never made it to the third round. As a franchise, they never made it to the third round. And to me, now I'm really trying to figure out what really is the problem. Because you had Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin. You had a big three. You had Lob City, who were talented enough together to get to the Western Conference Finals. Like, there was a couple years that we thought the Clippers were going to... I predicted the Clippers were going to get to the Western Conference Finals. They never did. And I was thinking to myself, is it Chris Paul? Is it Blake Griffin? Like, what is it? So you take both of the equations out. You traded Chris Paul to Houston, and you traded Blake Griffin to Detroit. Okay, both of them are out. So we restarted. All right. So then this past offseason last year, you lure Kawhi Leonard to the team. Then Kawhi Leonard, with his stroke, allows Paul George to ask for a trade, then gets the trade approved, and now you got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George with a very good deep team on top of that. And now you lose in 7 games. What happened is what I'm trying to figure out. Why did this team fall flat? Because if you heard the statistics, they outscored them. They out-rebounded them. But they were pretty even in a sense, if you really think about it. They were even in field goal percentage. Their three-pointers were pretty much the same. The free throws were pretty much the same. Everything was all the same. So how did they fall flat in this game? Because they were up in the first half. I mean, only by what, 2? Only by 2. So it wasn't really that crazy, but LA is better. And I don't know what it is. Like, I'm really sitting there thinking about it. I'm starting to believe it's Doc Rivers. I'm starting to believe that. I'm starting to believe it's Doc Rivers. I believe LA gonna have to start thinking about Doc Rivers. Because I think it is Doc. It has to be. Because it couldn't be anything else. Because if you really think about it, Doc Rivers was coaching when Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan were together. He was coaching that team. They lost every time. Now Doc Rivers is still here with two players that are franchise-changing players. You still lose again. To a team that I think you're better than. Defensively? Oh, hell yeah. You're definitely better than them. You can lock them down. You can shut them down. You shut down Jokic. You can shut down Jamal Murray. Because after those two, they really don't have anybody else that can really score, truthfully. So it's like, what is it? What's the problem? What happened? What happened? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What happened? What went down? How did you lose this? I think it was Doc. It has to be Doc. I don't want to put fault on Doc Rivers, but it might be Doc Rivers. I don't know. But they got to think. Hopefully they do. Damn. But right now, let's get the Clippers out the way. The Nuggets in their 4th Game 7 since last year triumphantly win. Bring it back once again for the second time. Take it to a Game 7 and win. This was a decisive win. It wasn't like last series where they barely won that. No, they decisively beat the Clippers' ass tonight. They did. Well, they got past one LA team. If Denver wants to be the best team in the West, they have to get past the other LA team. The other LA team are exceptionally better. As right now, they're exceptionally better than the Clippers. Because the way the Lakers look right now, I don't know. The Nuggets are definitely going to have trouble. Will it be the same? I'm hoping it won't be. But if some way, somehow, Denver heads to the finals, then 2020 is a really strange year, isn't it? 2020 is a very funny year. But we're going to see. Game 1's Friday. We'll see how everything goes. I get a feeling LA going to lose Game 1 because for some reason they've lost every Game 1 of every series this year so far. So they might lose Game 1. They do, then you better hope, the Denver better hope Game 2, it works out in their favor. Because after they lose Game 1, after the Lakers lose Game 1, they come back and win the next 4. So, I mean, I don't know. But it's going to be an interesting match. Jokic versus AD. Even though probably AD won't be the center matchup, but I'm pretty sure AD will be locked on to Jokic most of the time. It's gonna be. This is an interesting conference finals. These are all 4 teams I didn't really expect to be in here. Well, except the Lakers. The Lakers are the only team out of everybody in the conference finals that were expected to be here. Like, they were expected. Like, Nuggets, nobody predicted. The Heat, nobody predicted. The Celtics, somewhat, but not really. You know, like, it's... Wow. This is crazy. I might make a prediction video about the Western Conference Finals. I couldn't for the Eastern Conference because it started today. It started tonight, so I couldn't really do it. I might do a prediction video on Thursday before the Game 1 on Friday. I might do that. Sounds like an idea. Definitely, yeah. Let's do that. I'll do that. All right, y'all see me Thursday. I'll predict the Western Conference Finals. We'll see what's up with that. Then next week, it depends how everything goes. If next week is what it is, then we actually might have the finals set up from next week. I guess we'll see as time goes on. But Clippers. I ain't really worried much about them. They will snap back for next season. They will be favorites. They probably do way better than they did this year. Only time will tell. But it's been Rose, man. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, like, comment, subscribe. You know what time it is. Until next time, peace, love, 100. Hear it?